What's up, world? It's your girl Lex, and you know what time it is. It's time to put me on game. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my spiel like I always do with every interview. I have a very, very special guest tonight, a beautiful young lady hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina. Her name is Alex Funches. How you doing today, Alex?
Good, Alexis. How are you?
I'm blessed and
Yes,
highly favored.
yes. I love to hear it. Love to see it.
Absolutely. I love the pink headband. I actually have that same headband.
Really?
I do.
Great minds think alike.
Absolutely. So let's just go ahead and get to it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We've been in this pandemic for almost a year now. Um,
Crazy.
right. How have you been coping?
Um, it's been different. Like when it first hit, it was kind of like I was coming off the cusp of just working all the time and just feeling overwhelmed. And I'm like, whew, fine, good. I need a break. Let me be at home. I'm ready to work from home. And then like the reality just kind of sunk in. Like, this is like people are losing their lives and family, and like the stress of just being isolated and seeing that, play on so many different people. It's just like, whoa, like this is real, you know? But I'm an essential worker, so I still work my 9 to 5, um, and that on top of just regular normal day-to-day stress is just kind of like you just come home and just like let me be by myself, let me isolate myself, let me just bring my nerves down some. But I think it's different trying to juggle that and be sane, you
I
know.
understand, girl. I totally understand. So, who is Alex? Who is Alex Funches? Tell the world.
Um, Alex Funches is I am shoot, just a normal everyday black woman, trying to get it how I live.
Absolutely, with multiple hustles. I get
You
it.
know, hey, I mean, just how we normally do. How can I get it? You know?
Absolutely. So tell us, how are you getting it?
Of course, like I just said, I have a 9 to 5. I work in Charlotte as an apartment complex manager. Um, I have my business, which is all natural. Well, it's a lifestyle brand, but I sell all natural bath and body products, planners, t-shirts, hats, um, sip and paint, whatever. Wash your car, detail your car. I mean, just add it on. I'm gonna add it into that. It falls under the lifestyle brand. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm a brand. So um, outside of what I do on a 9 to 5, I still am my creative self. I'm an artist. So I try to find a way to monetize my creativity in whichever way I can.
I love
So
it.
yeah.
And you are very creative. I always look at your
Thank
Instagram
you.
and
Thank
I'm just like,
you.
how do you put this together? How did she put that together? Like, I was telling one of my friends recently, like being creative, having creativity is a gift from God. Like it's
Hmm.
not something that I mean, this is my opinion, but I feel it's not something that can be taught to someone. You either
Hmm.
have it or you don't, and you're definitely one of those people that
Thank
have it.
you. Yeah, I mean, you could. I know when I see like kids that, of course, being creative can sometimes be a craft that people practice, and upon practicing they've kind of perfected that craft.
Yeah,
But people that have just in like born ability to do something, it's amazing to see. And that is something you can see at an early age. I know my parents were like, oh, you can draw that by sight, or oh, you can dance. Like my parents always had me in like a ballet, jazz, tap. I wasn't no track star, but they did put me in track for a little bit. But I was like, no, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. but they always put me in those things once they notice and recognize, hey, this little girl, she has a little gift to her. Let me, push that and nurture that. So
Absolutely. So how was your upbringing?
my upbringing was uh, fun. I was born in Connecticut. My parents actually adopted me when I was um, a baby, like 3 months old, young baby. They were young parents, like in their 20s, from Chicago, and my dad's job had moved him to Connecticut. Um, and we then moved to Philadelphia, and then we then moved to New Jersey, and then I came down to North Carolina. But as a child, like my parents were always like that, um, you know, family that just helped people. They were foster parents, so we had like always had a ton of kids in the house, like different backgrounds, a ton of family in the house. So you always felt like that love, and you always felt that compassion for other people. Like you never know what somebody is going through. I remember when I was in Jersey, there was a little girl in my school who was like cutting up, and they actually had to like pick her up and like take her out of the lunchroom. And I'm like sitting looking like, wow, that little girl, something going on with her. Like she crazy. And like literally the next week, she was at our door. Like my parents had started to foster her. And I was like, oh, that's the little girl that was falling out in school. And then we, of course, built a relationship. And I'm like, oh, she's a sweet little girl. She just misunderstood. That's all. But my parents introduced me to, having compassion for people and learning people's stories and not letting that kind of prevent you from building relationships, with people. But that was pretty much, my childhood. Having moved so many times, I always felt myself in a center of trying to fit in, not necessarily fit in, but trying to find my group of people. And, most people, they grew up with kids from elementary school, and you see them in high school, see them in college, around your hometown. And I'm like, everywhere I go is somebody new, So I'm like, well, what group do I fit in? Oh, the cool group. Oh, the dorky group. Oh, the athletic group, or whatever. So I think that kind of molded my ability to create friendships, create relationships, things like that. And moved down south, and now I'm a Southern girl, with a little Southern charm, and in Charlotte now. And I think, I don't know, I still feel like I want to go back up north. The South has kind of spoiled me a little bit, but I still feel like my roots are up north. So maybe one day I might go back up north. I don't know.
I love the North. I was born in the South, but I love the North. I lived in New York for a short period of time,
I
and
remember.
it grows on you, and you
Yeah,
learn to love it. Well, I say you either learn to love it or you learn to hate it. But
true.
I love the North. It's very expensive. Can't afford to live there right now, but well, I'm sure I could, but I wouldn't be as comfortable as I am, living down south. But one day you'll be able to go back, you know,
True. True. True.
back into your northern roots. So you said you moved to North Carolina. Did you go to school in North Carolina? For
Yes, I
college?
went to A&T in Greensboro. Yes,
Shout out
I'm
to
an
AT.
Aggie girl. Yeah, no other way. So yeah, A&T gave me my backbone. They gave me my undergrad, feel for the world. Um, and after that, I was like, shoot, I'm good. I don't need to go back to school. A lot of my friends was like, they got their PhDs, and I'm like, girl, my mom was like, hey, I'm surprised you did it, because I was never like, I'm an artist, I'm not, school. I'm not doing that,
But that's the beauty. I feel like that's the beauty of a lot of HBCUs. It allows they allow us to tap into ourselves and find ourselves and find our creativity, find our niche, whatever it is that, you know, we want to do in life. And it's not always necessarily, you know, the career fields like being a doctor or an attorney or, you know, I guess the so-called prestige career fields. But I really love that about HBCUs. You're able to find yourself and tap into what it is that you want to do. And since you said that, is when you were at A&T, is that when you decided that you wanted to become an entrepreneur?
You know, no, I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I think my challenge was trying to figure out how to monetize that idea. And I felt like I needed an education to give me that leverage, you know. But I remember like all of my family members have their own businesses. My mother had a daycare growing up. My father, he was just like a jack of all trades. Like he was an insurance agent, but then he was like renovating homes in Philly, and he was just doing a bunch of stuff, you know. And they were just all self-taught, you know, entrepreneurs. And I always knew that I wanted to have my own. I just needed to figure out how to, like I said, monetize that and make it profitable.
So
Yeah.
if you had to choose, is there any particular or specific event in your life that happened that sparked that entrepreneurship in you, or was it just your entire upbringing and seeing, um, I guess, your parents and the role models around you? Was it anything specific that happened?
Um, no, I wouldn't say anything specific. I think that because my mother and my father had that mindset, they, you know, kind of instilled it in me. Like they always pushed me to kind of think outside the box. Like you don't have to do what I do, you know, figure it out yourself. And that was like their MO. Like, oh, you want to build a car? Well, you know, go outside, figure it out. I got these two wheels that I found out the garbage. Like literally my dad would pull out bicycle wheels, like, oh, you want to build a bike? I found these two bicycle wheels. Like, go for what you know. And I'll be like in the back, like two sticks, some chains, like, oh, you know. But they always gave me that opportunity to kind of, you know, push myself and think outside the box. And I just, from a childhood, because that was something that they instilled in me, I always was like, oh, well, you know, I could work 9 to 5, but then what else? What
Yeah.
else can I do? You know?
Yeah.
So
9 to 5
yeah.
can be stressful. Ooh,
Huh.
can be,
If you let it.
yeah, being an entrepreneur is stressful, but 9 to 5 can be extremely stressful. You know, going to work for and not knocking, let me say this, not knocking any 9 to 5ers, because
Right.
entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, but the reality of going to work every day for somebody else's dream is just, it's shocking, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know I myself, I couldn't do it anymore. But again, not knocking any 9 to 5ers, because that's the life that they chose to live. And, you know, and a lot of
Yeah.
people are happy with it. But so
Yeah.
when was it, or what, or not what, how did you decide how you were going to monetize becoming an entrepreneur?
Mm. Um, well, when I graduated from college, my mother and my father had home healthcare businesses in Winston, and I was, you know, of course, helping my mom out, helping my father out. I went to school for graphic design, so I was always doing their websites, doing their business cards, promotional things, stuff like that. And because I did that, it put me in a position to market myself to other businesses. And it was then when I was like, oh, well, you know, how much is this person charging? And, you know, you doing your research, how much is they, are they selling themselves for to do X, Y, and Z? Oh, I can do that. Well, let me, you know, so it just kind of trickled down. And then I became the go-to person to do a website. Or my mom was like, oh, my daughter can do this, that, and the third. So I was always that person. And then I had to, of course, build my own website for that and build my own business cards and promote myself for that. So it's always been because someone's coming to me and asking me to do something, or they're looking at me like, oh, well, you built that website. Well, I have this, or you started this business. Well, I want to start this business. How can I? And if you're coming to me, I gotta charge you something.
Absolutely.
So,
The world is free.
so yeah, gotta make it make sense.
Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
How old is Ivy?
But the dog just hopped up here. She's ready for her camera time. She had her meal.
Oh.
And she's ready. So you're a Black woman. It's 2020. What are some of the hardships that you face as a Black female entrepreneur? If any.
I think it's a little bit different coming into 2020 because it's like everything is Black girl magic. Everything is, Black empowerment and Black owned business. And it's a little bit different now from how I felt initially. Initially, I felt like it was kind of hard to position myself to be respected in a corporate type of setting amongst peers, just because I don't know, as a Black person, I just feel like, as a Black woman, I just feel like there's always that front that you have to present, like, oh, hello, put your corporate voice on, your corporate face on. And now, it's different because you see so many people on Instagram just being their authentic Black self. And that is definitely changed my perception of me as a Black woman and how people view me. Like, it's, you have to be authentic. And I know that I see it from other Black women.
Yeah.
It's still a little different, especially from working your 9 to 5 and you have that type of mindset, like, talking and representing someone else's business and someone else's brand versus coming home and being like, sister girl, so it's a different transition. I find myself now at my 9 to 5 being more sister girl than like, hey, y'all hired me. This is what y'all need to know. You know what I mean? Doesn't take away from what I bring to this company, what I bring to this business. This is what it is. So I've found myself starting to lean more towards my authentic self in the workplace, out just to kind of keep it balanced
and being unapologetic.
Absolutely.
I get that. I think it was Jay-Z recently. I heard him, maybe it was on Instagram or something. I heard him say that he's himself in every room that he walks into. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. Be sister girl. If sister girl is you, be sister girl in every room
that's so powerful.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So you're extremely busy. You're working a 9 to 5. I don't know how you're doing it. And you're running a successful business, creating all kinds of lovely content that I see you posting. How are you staying motivated to do all of this?
I think when there's things that are given to you, things that are gifted to you as far as your craft, things like that, it's just something that's, you wake up and you think about, you come home after work, you think about, it's just something that's constantly on me. So I think when God gives you those things, it's your purpose, it's your mission to deliver those things in whatever magnitude. So it could be something as simple as me making a post that reads to you as, wow, she's creating content. And I'm just like, oh, well, let me, post this, like this or whatever. But yeah, I think it's just me being who I am. I wake up, I think about something that I can create, whether it be trash or whether it inspires someone. That's just what I like to do.
I don't think anything that you do is trash, Alex. Everything that you do is inspiring. My mom, Kelly, like she
Yes.
loves you, honey. Loves you. It was something that she purchased from you, and she rant and raved about this like for the longest. And I was just like, you know what, that's so dope
Girl.
that someone I know, can inspire an older person. I'm not gonna call her old. Sorry, mom, but
Right.
but no, but you're very inspirational. So never think that anything that you putting out is trash, because it's not. And just know that
Well,
even
thank
though people
you.
aren't, they may not say things to you, they may not verbally praise you, but they're talking about you and they're ranting and raving about you in a good way, and you're definitely inspiring people. So ain't nothing
Yeah.
trash about you, honey.
Yes, I
So
love I love your mom. I love your mom. Man, she will light a fire under
yes,
you and like, wow, come on,
yes,
girl.
yes, yes. So knowing what you know now, and looking back at 15-year-old, 16-year-old Alex,
Mhm.
what would you tell yourself?
Um, I would tell myself at 15 to just keep going. Just keep going. I think so through my journey, you it's human nature to doubt yourself, to say, oh, well, that other people's perceptions of you, or other people's idea of success um, may not be necessarily what you produced, or your necessary idea. And sometimes that can be a little bit deflating. You try to say, oh, well, I need to go back to school and get my master's, or I need to make this amount of money per year. And as you grow as an adult, those perspectives tend to change. And I think, like we said earlier, just staying true to yourself and building on your authentic self, um, I feel like what breeds success. So I, I would tell my 15-year-old self just to just keep going. Yeah.
Absolutely. And stay off of social media. No, when we were 15,
Right.
we didn't have social media, but no, but seriously, young kids now, they social media is everything to them.
Girl.
And I think that some of them sometimes get caught up in what they see on social media, that so-called instant gratification that people portray, and I think they let it cloud their views. But
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
so
Poor baby.
absolutely. So put me on game. I ask everybody this in all my interviews. Put me on game, honey, and leave me with the most important quality that someone must have to be a successful entrepreneur.
Wow. Hands down, the most important quality that an entrepreneur must have is confidence. Hands down. Nobody is going to take direction from a timid person that, sitting around acting like they don't know which way to go, or looking for someone else to give them direction. Like, you have to own your shit. You
Yeah.
have to be confident in yourself, and people see that confidence and they want to follow confidence. So I think the number one quality is, of course, confidence.
Yes. You know what? I've never had
Absolutely.
anyone say confidence, and you are absolutely correct.
Really?
No one has said
Hmm.
confidence. That is a new one. Yes, Alex. And you're right. Nobody wants to wants to follow a timid person. Nobody wants
Mm-mm.
to take direction from somebody that doesn't even act like they know what they're talking about. Yeah, no.
Come on.
Confidence, yes. And I don't care. People say, it's a thin line between being confident and cocky. I don't think so. You know,
No.
I don't think so. You always have to put your crown on and walk out the door like you are the shit every single day, and know that you know what you're talking about, because nobody
Hello.
will listen to you if you don't. Confidence. Yes. Got the title of this episode. Confidence.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Alex. So
You're welcome.
I have a couple of I want to have some fun, do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Questions to you because I didn't want you to prepare. But are you okay with doing that?
Absolutely.
All righty.
Take it.
Okay. Alex, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Damn. One superpower.
Why does everybody
Man.
give me that look when I ask this question?
Oh my gosh. If I could have one superpower, I would be able to rewind. Yeah, that would be my superpower. I think that as I age, my memory is trash. Like I'm like, did I do that? Where did I go there? Was I there? Did I talk to you? Like, do you know me? Where do I know you from? Like, hey, like my memory is trash. And I think if I were able to kind of rewind a little bit, I feel like I can take those gems that, I've left behind or I might have overlooked. I think that I would be able to ask questions that I never got the opportunity to ask. Now that I'm older and I look at my parents, that were when they were my age, you know what I mean, raising kids and families and working their 9 to 5s, like understanding that psyche, understanding what they may have been through, stress, trauma, childhood trauma, whatever, like being able to sit down and have those type of conversations with them, with my elders, like just things that I just didn't get an opportunity to do. I think that would be my superpower.
That's a good one. I never had anyone say rewind.
Girl.
And when you said rewind, I didn't even think about it. It didn't dawn on me to be able to have conversations, with your elders. And that was a good one. That's something like I really cherish that. Like my dad doesn't know, but sometimes I record him talking, just having regular conversations. Because like you said, once you start getting older, like you'll miss those things,
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good one. So this is a fun one. What is your ultimate turn up, get it done song? Alex, I gotta create a bunch of content and push all the product by tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and I need one song that's gonna help me get it done. What is it?
Wow, one song? Oh my God. Man. One song. I think like my favorites, I don't even have like a favorite because I'm so like old head, old school. Like I'll turn on some Erykah Badu and be hype. Like,
See that?
yes, put some incense on and I'm good. Like my friends like, that's what we listen to. We're about to go to the club, turn this Erykah Badu off. Like, really? But right now I think I'm listening to, dang, I don't even want to say his name because I'm gonna mess it up. Toby.
Oh my God, I love them. Toby and Fat.
Yes.
IG.
Yes. Girl. I'm your father figure. That's my jam. I'm your father figure.
That's a good one. Okay, yeah. I love them. Him and his wife. Yes, that whole band ensemble.
Man.
My Jesus.
Yes.
Nah. Okay, so the Cosby Show or A Different World?
I would definitely say the Cosby Show. Ooh. I would definitely say the Cosby Show just because they put that idea in our heads that we could be excellent.
Yep.
We could have, this, we can live this type of lifestyle. We can listen to jazz. We can have, culture. We can go to the opera. They just set that bar that we just didn't, we see people on TV, they struggling, living in the hood, doing regular Black people stuff, but you see a family that's successful, house is dope, appreciates art, and I just love it. Yeah.
And they still check their kids. No.
Okay.
Okay, this is another good one. Use one word to describe yourself.
Oh man, one word to describe myself. I would say, that's hard. I'm so shy. Like, what? I don't know.
Girl, you are not shy. Cut it out.
One word to describe myself would be fun love. Oh, that's 2 words. Okay. Happy.
You are happy. And
yes,
you're fun
I'm happy.
loving, and you're creative, and you're beautiful.
Yes.
Name a bunch. No. What is your favorite dish to make?
Ooh, my favorite dish to make. My favorite dish to make is macaroni and cheese.
You know about some
girl,
macaroni and cheese, girl.
Girl, I put my foot in some macaroni and cheese Thanksgiving, baby.
What kind of cheese do you use in your mac and cheese?
Girl, I switched it up, gave him a little smoked Gouda. This thing. Yeah. Hello.
Say no less.
Okay.
Oh man. Lavender or peppermint?
Lavender. That was fast.
And what is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh man, I have so many.
Give me 2 of them.
My number one pet peeve is men that whisper. Like, put some bass in your voice, sir. I cannot understand. Speak up. I don't got time. Speak up. And I think my next pet peeve would be, you know what? I have ended friendships or association with people that chew crazy. Like, I knew this girl one time, she had braces, and she had just got braces, and it was like in our adulthood. And we had went out to eat one time, and it was tragic. And I just couldn't look at her the same. It was like, she had to move her mouth over her things and whatever. It was so sad.
So it was sad. And I do not watch those are they called mukbang videos?
Yes. But I cannot look away. It's hard.
Oh man. Oh gosh. Okay.
This one lady that's real goofy with hers too. She like eats like cucumber. She has like real long eyelashes.
Did she have really long nails? Is that her?
I don't think so. I know she just has really long eyelashes. She has a really strong mouth. It's like a fish or something.
Go look it up.
I'm gonna send it to you when I find it.
Oh man. Okay, this is the last one. Bourbon or tequila?
Bourbon.
Don't make source tequila. Don't do that.
Girl, tequila remind me of some days, baby.
Oh man.
Some sick days.
Tequila is my go-to, and Prosecco.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do bourbon. Yeah. But anyways, this was extremely fun, Alex.
Yes, it was.
Before you leave, I need you to tell everyone where they can find you, your social media, website, so they can look you up and purchase some of your products.
Absolutely. So my Instagram handle is Alex Deraye, Alex Deraye. My business name is DeRay & Co. So you can find me at DeRayCo.com, DeRay Online on Instagram. Yeah, that's it.
So much, beautiful.
Thank you, lovely.
So great.
Absolutely.
I would kiss my hand and, kiss the air, but this dog over here has been licking trying to keep her calm for this video. But anyway, thank you so much, and I love you. And you have a
all right. Love you too, baby.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.